Hello and welcome to Taccion Tachyon Triage. I'm Brandy and we're just going to chat a little bit today. I don't really know what I'm going to focus on here because, we're in the depths of June here. And we are feeling that energy to all of my Leo risings. My heart goes out to you because this energy is difficult. Um, So let's talk a little bit about the June energies for you, Leo. Just another chat about it. So a lot of the energies are about being able to let down, scars and all. That's the prescription for June. Um, because for some of you, like I said, there was a distorted future, dealing with people who have a skewed sense of accomplishment, a skewed sense of what you are supposed to be bringing to the table. Okay. And some of the prescription was for you to break away from rigid expectations, Leo, and step into your multifaceted nature. And I suggested that you let down, scars and all, to those who love you wholeheartedly so they can see the true you, because it was to shock your nervous system into seeing that you can still be loved and adored, Leo, with all of the scars. And in some cases, there is this even stronger tissue in the place of a scar, right? Some would say no, but I beg to differ. If you get cut in an area and that skin repairs, it's thicker, right? It's almost calloused even. And um, scars can be beautiful. It tells a story of what you have endured and overcome, Leo. And I feel like you have been really leaning into those people that definitely love you for the real you and your multifaceted nature, your beautiful light, Leo. You already know who those people are because over a period of months, you have been able to see the truth if you didn't know, which I know you know, because it's been revealed to you in lack of action. And for some of you, you have really felt that generativity versus stagnation, right? Some of you felt stagnant, but you're starting to really see not to be hard on yourself, because in stagnation, we do generate. That's when we see, right? And when you get a cut and your skin is repairing its matrix, um, it's that extremity, that limb, that whatever, that area is stagnant because it's growing back, it's regenerating, building scar tissue. And with time, scar tissue can tighten up. It's just the phase, Leo, where the tissue's repairing. Okay, it's forming a scar. And your spirit, your essence, your signal is generating more newness. Even if you can't feel it on the outside, even if you can't see it, I promise you, people will notice, Leo, because this is a type of change that's inside and it will reflect externally. Some people will refuse to see it because they look with fake perspective, fake eyes. They don't want to see the truth because it challenges their very belief system. We'll get into that in a couple of months. But you are not stagnating, but instead generating. And a lot of you Leos are generating in silence, off of the stage, behind the scenes. No one knows what you're doing except for you and maybe other Leos. You've really clocked some shit. You've clocked some shit, haven't you? And I feel like you will reemerge here. I know that it's coming because I can feel the energy. And there will be people who will try to come back into your energy. And I want you to remember this time, Leo. I want you to remember right here, right now, who are your real ones. Okay? Because what they see as stagnation will become a massive generativity. Okay? And that will pull in a lot of people. And we spoke a little bit about July being this divine reset. But we're going to look a little deeper into June because that's the present energy. So there's this pull on you to yank you out of the cube or the structures that is not in alignment with your future. It's not in alignment with your future because you're manifesting a new future. And it's hard to see right now. So you're really being put in this energy where you're identifying the source of toxicity in your ecosystem, in your structures, okay? Specifically highlighting your 11th house, social dynamics, social structures, your aspirations, okay? Group contributions. This is all on the forefront for focus. Groups, friends, social awareness, even. And boy, are you becoming very socially aware. uh, Humanitarianism, your humanitarian efforts, your hopes, your wishes in the future. It's all in this swirling of fixed air energy. And the reality check in this energy is identifying who, like I said, within your ecosystem has a skewed sense of accomplishment. You see, some people are very avoidant, which I did a reading on that and I'm posting it up. I'll link it in the description box below. There's an avoidance in the energy where people are embarrassed or they don't want to be associated to you in the social circles because you're just too different. Okay. You threaten that social structure, you threaten that belief system of what that's going to be. But they have a skewed sense of accomplishment. Okay. Maybe it's within a corporate setting, work. I don't know. They're stuck in the cube. There's a rigid linear thinking, Leo, a rigid linear thinking. And there is this misalignment with who the hell measures worth and what worth or what brings you worth. False metrics, suffering, self-sacrifice, titles. I mean, I'm not fronting anyone. I'm not being disrespectful. If you have a title, by all means, I'm not saying, but you can have a title and be shitty. It's the truth. You can have a title and be amazing because it's really about the signal. And The signal is multifaceted, and the cube is where the problem is. You see, when you try to stick an essence in a cube, that cube is going to change. Those metrics are going to change. What you're measured by worth by wise is going to change. And so that's the number one problem, okay, when you're really looking at this energy. But the trap is, Leo, as a Leo rising or a Leo energy, your natural desire is to be seen, okay, recognized even, and to succeed just in general, which just your very breathing, your very existence is all that. There is no place where you can step into the room and it's not noticed. You know, you're not noticed because I don't care if they're hiding it or not. You are noticed because there is this energy within your presence that is beautiful. It's alluring and bright. But lately people are ignoring that. And there was a real danger, Leo, because have you been distorting your own future timeline by trying to win a game that, or be noticed in a game that's designed by people whose version of success is actually a damn cage? Because that's the true trap in June's energy. So it's about acknowledging that this cube, the metrics, do not apply to your multifaceted energy, Leo. It doesn't apply to your multifaceted soul. And we don't seek validation from the cube. You can't step into a new future, Leo, while maintaining the exact same rigid structure that drained you to begin with. And that's what we're seeing. So there's this need in June to break away from these linear expectations. If you are a creative person, an entrepreneur, Leo, or you're shifting careers even, stop trying to do it one way. Remember, the cube changes. You're so much more than that. One role, one title, so much more. So much more, Leo. Write down all of those signal words of who you are, your essence, the artist, the healer, the rebel, the strategist. I don't even care what it is. Just build upon that. Start small and build upon it. This month, your power lies in being multifaceted, Leo. Multifaceted. Not a product, not a streamlined linear product. This is scaring the shit out of people around you. And this is a part of showing that scars and all. So there's a wound here also with Chiron moving into your 10th house of a very public area. Okay. Your legacy, your reputation. Chiron's here. And one of the things that is an issue is hiding your past behind strength. You don't have to do that. Not with the right people, you don't. And I myself am opening up more about my past. And if that's a turn off to people, then there's other people, there's other readers, there's other energy intuitives. I'm not for them, you know. But they hide behind the pain. I was doing it too. The mask of strength, pride, or absolute isolation. So it's about really locating a wholehearted circle, Leo. A wholehearted circle that accepts you, scars and all. They are people who love you. And let's just say this, there are people who love you when the stage lights are off. And you have nothing to prove. So we got to drop this stoic shield that I talked about, where we feel like we need to bear the burdens of everyone around us, Leo. So drop the shield and have those raw, unfiltered conversations with those people. Show them the areas where you feel bruised, uncertain, and exhausted by the battle. That is perfectly okay. Why? Show me your friends, and I know your future. Exposing your scars to the right people weeds out cube dwellers. That's what we'll call them. It weeds out the cube dwellers, and it locks in friends in a future in a community that will anchor your genius. Okay. And a lot of you Leos are breaking away from these rigid routines, rigidness, the cube, and there's an energetic drop off, is what it feels like. And that's a normalcy in the energy reciprocity. Okay. It's sort of this recovery process. And some of you will be asked in July to pull back your energy and take a divine reset because it's really setting in that frequency. All right. So you might the reality of the energy is that you might feel a little bit stagnant, but you're not really stagnant. Remember what I said. You're actually in a generativity. It might feel like there's a lack of momentum, but I assure you that momentum is happening on the inside. Don't be hard on yourself. Take a deep breath and actually breathe out for 7 seconds. um, you got to forgive the lack of linear speed. Okay? You don't fit in the box, Leo. And we're reframing the energy. Maybe the stagnation or what you think looks like the stagnation is actually spiritual generativity. All right. So generation of the spirit, because it's the duality in the energy. It's dual by design. You know, if you're doing all of this outward, I call stagnant growth, then we don't have spiritual generativity. Okay. So there is this cultivation, this quiet energy generativity that's happening inside deep, and it's the blueprint for what you will create next. And I want to say this: stagnation is simply creativity at rest. Excuse me. So stagnation is simply creation at rest. Remember that. So I want you to clock the people with a false sense of accomplishment in your circles, your energy. So identify those people. You don't have to call them out. Just identify. Okay. I want you to admit, accept that you're multifaceted. Okay. Drop the one path shit. Doesn't have to be one way. And anybody who wants you, Leo, to be one way, they gotta go. Expose. Leo, share your real scars with the people you trust. And then I want you to pull back and rest. Reframe temporarily. I need you to temporarily stagnate as an active spiritual birth. Okay. And that is what I need you to do, Leo. So I love you, Leo. Um, I'm a Leo rising myself. This is me teaching from a place of wisdom, a place that I know. And I hope that these videos help you. And until next time, stay in your tachyon mind. I love you, Leo.